McLaughlin?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would call Detective Matt Lavery. Matt Lavery.
Just take the time to watch your step. Yes, thank you. Raise your right hand, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
You solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give to the court and the jury in the matter now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes. Sir, you can have a seat. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
May I inquire, Your Honor?
You may.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please state your full name, spelling your last name for the record?
Matthew Lavery, Lavery.
How are you currently employed?
Dover Police Department,
How long have you been with the Dover Police?
10 years.
What is your current capacity?
Detective,
How long have you been a detective?
approximately 7 years.
What are some of your duties as a detective?
Conduct follow-up investigations into crimes against people and property. Respond to crime scenes, note crime scenes, conduct interviews.
Turning your attention to May 15th of 2020, were you working that day?
Yes.
In what capacity?
Patrol.
What does that mean to be in patrol?
I was in a marked cruiser assigned to a sector to answer calls for service.
What shift were you working?
The 3 p.m. to 11 p.m.
At some point, did you become involved in a missing person investigation?
I did.
How did you become involved?
When I came in, they informed me that they were on Valley Road looking into a missing person. They asked me to go take another call for service and then respond to Valley Road.
Approximately what time did you respond to Valley Road?
3:30,
Do you recall what number Valley Road you went to?
29.
Who was at 29 Valley Road when you arrived?
There was members of the Dover Police, the Dedham Police, and the Mass State Police.
Where were they?
They were in the driveway.
What did you do at the residence once you arrived?
I stood by and waited for instruction.
And then what happened?
More members of the State Police showed up, and we were instructed to do a canvass of the neighborhood.
What is a canvass?
You go door to door and ask the residents if they saw anything, if they heard anything, if they have any cameras.
What was the results of that canvass?
We found one home on the corner of Valley and Taylor that had some cameras.
And where is Taylor Road in relation to 29 Valley Road?
It would be the lower numbers of Valley, so north towards the center of town.
What about 1 Francis Street?
That would be the opposite direction.
So 20 Taylor Road is not in the direction of travel from 29 Valley Road to 1 Francis, is that right?
Correct.
Approximately how many homes did you go to on May 15th?
Approximately a dozen.
Was there any video from 29 Valley Road in the direction of 1 Francis Street available that you're aware of?
No.
After you completed, approximately how long were you canvassing that area?
A couple hours.
After that canvass, what did you do?
We went back to the station to reconvene.
Turning your attention to the morning of May 16th of 2020, what, if anything, did you do?
We responded back to 29 Valley.
Approximately what time?
It was the early morning hours, 2 or 3.
2 to 3 a.m.?
Yes.
What did you do back at Valley Road?
We stood by waiting search warrants.
At some point, did the search warrants arrive?
Yes.
Were they executed?
Yes,
Were you there when they were executed?
I was.
What role did you take during the execution of those search warrants?
I was in the home helping to look with members of the State Police and the Dedham Police.
What observations did you make of the home?
It was clean, it was tidy. We walked around the first floor, went to the second floor. As we were going up the stairs, I noticed there was some clumps of hair on the stairs. Got to the top, you could go left or right from the landing. Left was the primary bedroom. I noticed the door had some damage to the frame in the door.
And the Massachusetts State Police were with you while you were in the home at that point?
Correct.
After the search warrant was executed at 29 Valley Road, what did you do?
We began another neighborhood canvass, now going up Walpole Street, the opposite direction from the morning or the evening before.
And did you find anything or gain any information at that point?
We were able to get some camera footage that went with the State Police, but very little.
What else did you do as far as this investigation goes?
I assisted as needed with interviews with the state police.
On the evening of May 16th of 2020, did you have occasion to go to 1 Francis Street?
I did.
Why is that?
I was notified that the body of Kathleen McLaughlin was located in the pond there.
When you arrived, what was happening at 1 Francis?
There was a lot of people in the driveway to the home at 1 Francis, state police and Dover police. They were standing in the driveway.
To the best of your knowledge, was the home at 1 Francis, was that being occupied at the time?
No.
So it was empty?
Correct.
Was it for sale actively, if you know?
I'm unaware.
Okay. And if you could just explain, you stated that you have been with the Dover Police for approximately 10 years, and some of those years were on patrol, is that right?
Yes.
And when you're on patrol, you have to move around the roadways of Dover, is that right?
That's correct.
Can you please describe the roadways in Dover?
Country roads, they're narrow, they're windy, they're not well lit. We have 1 stoplight in town.
Thank you.
welcome.
I have no further questions.
Did you go into the house in Valley Road?
I did.
So you're a detective, or?
Yes, sir.
And how long you been a detective?
Approximately 7 years.
So as a detective, you obviously went to the academy,
Yes.
and you learn in the academy how to detect things, right?
Yes.
Evidence that you might be looking for, correct?
Yes.
Now, when you went into the home, what day was it? The 15th, 16th, when was
It
it?
was the early morning hours of the 16th.
So this was before or after Kathleen McLaughlин's body had been found?
It was before.
So when you went into the house, it was in the course of continuing with this investigation you were involved in, right?
Yes.
You indicated to the jury that one of the things that you observed is I think your words were clumps of hair on the stairs, right?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that it was like a hair, a long hair, that was kind of curly hair that was on the stairs?
From what I remember, there was a small grouping of hair on the
Small
stair.
grouping.
Yes.
And was it blonde in color? What was the color?
It was light.
It was light.
Yes.
And in fact, sir, there was a photograph that was taken of this particular hair. Is that right?
I didn't take photographs.
So I'm going to approach you, sir, with a photograph and ask if you can tell me, is this a fair and accurate depiction of what you described to this jury as a clump of hair on the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. I'd offer this, Your Honor.
No objection.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, maybe a minute.
285.
Now, sir, this would show the stairs, and this would show the hair that you're referring to, correct?
There's several lines there, yes, but there could be one hair. Yes.
Okay, the hair are hairs. This is
Yes.
what you're referring to, right?
Yes.
On the stairs, correct? Did you have occasion to look inside the car at any time?
I did not.
Did anybody, is it your understanding, sir, that there were clumps of hair or hairs all over the furniture in the house, in the living room, for example?
I'm not aware of that.
You're not aware of it. Did you know they had a dog, big Labrador?
I did not.
Was the Labrador in the house when you were there?
I didn't see a dog.
Did you see hair all over the house from the Labrador shedding, sir?
I don't recall.
So you don't know where that came from, do you?
I do not.
Okay. Now, when you were investigating, you went into the bedroom,
I did.
up the top of the stairs, hook a left, and then you go in, right?
Yes.
This is a number of police officers had been in this bedroom up to this point, right?
I believe so, yes.
Photographs were taken to depict or show or secure evidence, right?
I didn't take photographs.
Well, I know you didn't, because you have people that will do that, right?
Yes.
And the people that will do that would be crime scene services, CSI, they call them, right?
Correct.
Right? One of the things that was taken is you noted that there were, for example, in the living room, there was a martini glass that was of interest to be taken on the, right in front of the large couch, right?
I see that, yes.
And also, it was of note that there were a number of alcohol bottles that were in the kitchen. Tito's, vodka, martini and Rossi, things of that nature, right?
I see that, yes.
You saw that, is that right?
I see it, yes.
Put off of these two?
Any objection, Ms. McLaughlin?
No, Your
Okay.
Honor, thank you.
May be admitted.
It's 286, 287.
Now, when you went into the bedroom, sir, you would agree with me, looking at Exhibit 283, that this is a fair and accurate depiction of the bedroom, the bed, and the bedclothes, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree with me, sir, that there was shattered glass or broken glass all around this area that I'm pointing to towards the floor in front of the bed?
I recall there being glass, yes.
Yes, and you also recall that there was a large drink glass, kind of like, it looked like it was smashed.
I don't recall.
You don't recall? Okay, I'm going to show you Exhibit 284. Do you recall seeing that object?
I do not recall seeing that.
I'm going to approach you, sir, and ask if this is another fair and accurate depiction of the headboard, the backboard, if you will, of the bed and the floor itself.
Yes.
Okay, can I offer this?
No objection.
Maybe a minute.
But 288.
Thank you. Publishing that for the jury. Can't see, let me know. Showing you this photograph is now marked Exhibit 288. Does that show shattered glass all in the front of the area of the back of the bed?
There is, yes.
And that was there when you saw it, correct?
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you, sir.
No further questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, sir. You may step down.
Take the approach.
Yes.